Marky Worthington Podcast all day.
All day.
Dream by night.
Don't buy me a drink. Just give me $10.
Oh, dude, you look sweet. Yeah, you got a big beard, dude.
Go down to the strip club with your floppy disk and turn it into a hard drive.
Yeah, right. Thrown out by Big Tony.
We're here to name names and make people feel more ashamed for shit that they're not proud of.
Me and my best friend, Marky Worthington.
No, whatever it is.
Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the Marky Worthington Comedy Podcast. This is a callback episode 133. Callback to episode I recorded with Jack Taylor, which is a coincidence because the recent episode that I put out was also with Jack, so it's cool to hear this contrast with the older episode, which we put out. It was recorded and released in May of 2020, so we'd been in isolation for a little while at this point. Isolation episode 4. Chatted about a bunch of zombie apocalypse questions, would you rather stuff, a whole bunch of really cool stuff. It was really good to listen back to a few years later now, so hope you enjoy listening back to it as much as I enjoyed listening back and recording it. And also to keep an eye on upcoming dates, we've got a live podcast recording. This will be done at the Baso on the 29th of April. So if you're in Canberra, or you want to check out the live podcast recording, it'll be with Cameron Ribbons on the 29th of April at the Baso. More details on my website, markycomedy.com. But for now, let's enjoy this episode. Let's get into it. Cheers.
Callback episode.
A good callback.
Callback.
Hi, Jack.
Hey, Mark, how you doing?
Good, man. It's good to have you on the show. Just for the listeners,
Good to be on the show.
Just for the listeners, Jack's not a stand-up comedian, but he did support me the first time I ever came along to comedy, and that's pretty much what got me keep coming along, because I know when I first started, if I didn't have people there to tell me like, no, you did fine, I wouldn't have come back. So.
Right, I not only supported you during your first thing, I like to think I set you upon this path. All throughout high school, I kept saying, you should be a comedian.
Yeah,
you were
exactly.
funny.
So if anyone wants to blame one person, I mean, I've got him here.
Yeah, it's probably
but yeah, no, that's it. We've been through some, like, we grew up together, so like we have similar stories in certain situations, similar mindsets and stuff. So it's good to have him on the show for this. And the reason I decided to bring him on is because I'm following this pattern of having a local comedian during the isolation episodes every second week, and then just a mate every other week, so that we can not just have chats about comedy, but also just chats in general, so that if anyone wants to listen in to a conversation flow between two buddies, then it usually is a good episode. The reason that this one's come about is because I'm going to call this one the Apocalypse Edition, because in a previous episode with Stewie Keys, we spoke about who would be, how would handle apocalypse. And I thought, I know who would be good to talk about this, my buddy Jack, because I remember when we were growing up, we'd be always just like talking about the best way to get out of, like, in zombie situations, if we're watching movies or playing games together, all that sort of stuff. So I was like, hey, we're going to have a hypothetical conversation. It may as well be with someone that I've already practiced with. Yeah,
many hours.
Yeah, hours. Like, I mean, as far as things go, I think, like, Jack's definitely clocked up more hours than me when it comes to gaming and stuff. I think we've spent equal amount of times just with, like, hypothetical situations than we have, like, playing games, and it shows. Like, I'm such a terrible gamer. But I'll think of every possible situation when it comes to, like, an apocalypse, zombies, like anything like that. I'll just come up with every possible thing. But like, speaking about games and stuff, man, have you played any, like, recent games that you're getting into?
Recently, I've been playing a game called Green Hell.
Okay.
And what it is it's a survivor, right? Set in the Amazon, and it is super graphic. Like, the ways you get killed are brutal as heck, and you can get like parasites and worms, and very graphic.
Yeah, right.
You get a big gash on you, and like you gotta like bandage it up and stuff. And it's all in first person. It is pretty realistic. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, awesome, man. Like, I feel like, so you're back to like our gaming styles. You're more into like big, long story sort of games.
Yeah, I feel like if I'm gonna spend $100 on a game, I want it to take me a couple months.
Yeah, yeah, like
it's because I'm cheap. That's basically the reason.
RPGs, value for money.
Basically. Like, think about it. People are still playing Skyrim to this day. That's a great buy. People finish COD within a week, and they were the same price. I mean, come on.
The funny thing about this is, though, like, I've such a short attention span. Instead of, like, investing in, like, a good, solid game that'll take me a while to finish, I'll just buy, like, an indie game that I'll finish in 8 hours, and then I'll buy another one, and just keep doing that.
See? And then by the end of the week, you spend, however much money on games, and I'm here sitting on my game I've been playing for 3 months, and I haven't spent any more money.
Except for, no, dude, you got to remember the indie games, like, by the end of the week, I've spent, like, $4.50.
Yeah. They're the cheap indie games, the real cheap ones.
Yeah, there's like the ones where it's basically the same mechanics, but just with a different character.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you're a new person. Well, this just makes a completely different game. It's the same mechanics.
Yeah, it's another platformer for 50 cents. Yeah, not going to argue with that.
Perfect. I'm looking at one, and then I'm like, oh, I'm a square in this one instead of a circle. Well, that's completely different.
I wonder how this one plays.
I tell you what, though, I played for the first time ever, and I bought it ages ago, but I didn't play it. I bought it because there was like a sale on PSN or something, and I didn't play it for yonks, and then I was like, I think I'll give this one a crack. And I, within like a week, I played through and finished all 5 seasons of Life is Strange.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Looks really interesting.
Yeah, I really liked it. I think it's kind of like the pinnacle of indie games, though. Like, it's probably
Yeah, it's one of those story-driven ones.
Yeah, but like a lot of really good work goes into it. Like, I'm not a game designer or developer or anything like that, but I have done a few. I've played quite a few story-based games, and just looking at that one and then seeing the work that goes into like behind the scenes for each decision that you make, it's cool that they actually put so much fucking work into the storyline. Yeah,
you'd probably like the Telltale series. There's a couple of different ones. There's like Batman, Walking Dead.
That's right, yeah.
I reckon The Wolf Among Us would be perfect for you.
I'm pretty sure that I have that in my like card at the moment. Man, don't you just fucking like? I bet you there's indie gamers out there that like developers that can see how many people have their game in their cart, and they're just like, just fucking buy it, dude. Like, you've been watching it for 4 months. It's never been cheaper.
Oh man. My Steam wish list has like 20 things on it. I'm just waiting for the perfect opportunity.
Yep. Yeah, I get it. I get that. It's like the Steam wish list is like the like gamers version of the fucking like the matches that like someone that's popular has on Tinder. They're just like waiting for it. It's like, this is how we live the life of a Tinder star, but it's just Steam instead. And just like Tinder, for those people, it's like a quest.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only difference is we don't need to ban gaming because of isolation.
Yeah, pretty much.
We can still play ours. As far as time-consuming stuff to do instead of going out pretty much just TV series and stuff. I've nearly finished Lock and Key on Netflix, which is pretty interesting.
Oh, I heard about that one. Yep.
Yep, and the new series on Stan at the moment, it's Penny Dreadful, City of Angels.
Oh, I've heard of that one as well.
Yeah, it's really good. It's they're still releasing episodes weekly, so they've done a few episodes so far, and they release them on Sundays, I think. And yeah, so far, really, really good.
Hey, I got a question for you.
Yep.
Have you ever wondered what a DMT trip would be like?
Yeah, well, I too have listened to Joe Rogan's podcast. Well, yeah.
No.
Speaking of which, thanks for tuning into the Marky Worthington Comedy Podcast, Joe. I know you're a long-time listener.
He probably isn't, but there's a new show on Netflix.
Yep.
Called Midnight Gospel.
Yep. Okay.
And it's only 8 episodes, and it is just mind-blowing.
Right.
It is incredible, but I felt like my brain grew 2 sizes watching it.
Wow.
Like I feel more enlightened.
But your head didn't grow, which means there was room to move in there.
Who says my head hasn't grown? Walking around like a friggin' alien at this point.
Oh man,
Just
you're
got
like
the massive head happening.
You're like that Mr. Mind or whatever his name was.
Mr. Mind.
Mind something. Some kid show with this dude, this massive brain. It's like Mind something.
I don't know if it's
Magnificent Mind, something like that. I can't remember. Fuck it. If anyone out there listening watches fucking kid shows instead of adult shit, just fucking drop the name in the comments. Like, I'm sure you'll correct me. Now watch as I reply to my own comment saying what the name was. But yeah, anyway. Oh, that's right. I'm the one that mentioned it. Turns out I'm the asshole here. Oh man, yeah, no. So, I haven't seen that series, but I have described as a local comedian Chris Moulton. I know you listen to the show, Chris, and I've always described his set as close as you can come to taking acid without actually doing it.
Yeah, similar thing.
So it's like he'll have different characters that he does on stage. And different like voices for each character. So yeah, I don't know. It's a pretty interesting way of writing because he can, if he's got a bit that might work better with a certain character, he can do that bit as that character. Whereas I find when I do material, I need to kind of like, it's like building a playlist. I've got to kind of have jokes that flow from one to the other. Whereas I'm sure he'll have the same thing, but just with multiple characters. It's like that movie Split. Like you just don't know who he's going to rock up as.
Split was a good movie.
Yeah, dude. I still haven't even seen it, dude.
The third one was a bit disappointing.
Right.
Wait, you seriously haven't seen it?
No, I haven't, dude. I haven't. Wait, the third what? Like the third movie or character? Because
the third movie.
Yeah, I know. But like, imagine if you were just judging each character. Like, look, man, your third character, not a big fan. Like, I just think.
Well, the dude's got like 20 characters, and you see like 5 in the movie.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, the third one was disappointing. Very disappointing. I won't say too much because spoilers.
Yep.
But Mr. Glass or Glass, not as good as I was hoping.
Okay.
Still good though.
Yeah,
still
worth a watch. Worth a watch. There we go.
Worth a watch.
We've covered off like movies and games so far, but pretty much why I figured that we'd be able to have a chat about apocalypse stuff and the apocalypse being the apocalypse episode. We've got some like what would you rather questions and scenarios.
Excellent.
Which we get into the apocalypse stuff later, but I'm going to start it up. I'm going to get you throw a few jabs here with a few just normal non-apocalypse related questions.
All right.
A couple of distance judges here, just the... Oh, dude, speaking of fucking boxing, did you see that Eddie Hall and Thor thing got fucking announced?
Wait. Eddie Hall was going to fight Thor?
Yeah, the Mountain from fucking Game of Thrones in, like, August next year.
Dude, he just set the, like, deadlift record. Did you see how much it was?
Yeah, 501 kilos.
That is a crap ton of weight.
Yeah, it's because Eddie Hall did fucking 500, so he beat him by a kilo.
Yeah, true. Eddie Hall is a massive dude, but he has
he's a fucking beast.
Oh, what is it? I remember. Yeah, he has a disease that prevents your body from stopping muscle growth.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was watching an interview with Eddie Hall, and his children have got it too. And what it is your brain has certain limiters to stop you from basically tearing your body to pieces, right?
Yeah, right.
He doesn't have those limiters. He can keep packing on more and more muscle.
Holy shit.
At the risk of his bones splintering under his own muscle mass.
Holy fuck! Because that's how you hear stories about like a 68-kilo mother of two lifts a car off their kid.
Yeah, I actually saw a video of a dude lifting a helicopter.
Yeah, right. Well, what did
it
like?
crashed.
Was it on his shoe or something?
No. It crashed, and the dude was pinned.
Yeah, right.
And he lifted it not far, like only like half a foot.
Yeah, well, he wasn't doing it to impress people. Like, he wasn't just like, oh, like, someone wasn't just like, I bet you couldn't lift it further.
Yeah, and he didn't lift it completely off the ground because he only needed to lift one
just
side.
Just lean it to get it off, yeah.
Still, it was pretty impressive.
Dude, that's insane. And I feel like that's the kind of mental motivation that people unlock when they go into, like, the strongman competitions.
Yeah. They go into one of those... They go into that mindset of just, you got to do this or you might die. So who cares about the consequences to your body in the long run?
Yeah, like the video of Eddie Hall doing the 500-kilo deadlift, and then his nose just starts bleeding and he passes out.
Yeah, not surprised. Like, there's reasons our body stops us from doing things. It's for our health, basically.
Yeah.
Did you see the guy's arm wrestling and, like, his arm just snaps?
Yeah, dude. I haven't arm wrestled anyone since I've seen that video.
Yeah, it was brutal as heck.
Also recently, because of the social distancing. Dude, I haven't realised that I haven't I haven't shaken someone's hand in, like, since the start of March.
I know.
Like, my girlfriend and I lived...
And I used to shake a lot of hands. And hugs, too. I'm a big hugger.
Yeah, dude, like... I was listening to a podcast the other day and they had this Italian dude on there and he's just like they said to him he's like, he's not Italian, he's part Greek, part Sicilian. Paul Verzi from upstate New York anyway, half Greek, half Sicilian dude, and he just goes, I've been listening to his podcast for ages, man, and he goes like, dude, fuck that, I'm like not gonna live the rest of my life without shaking a hand. Because
that's the problem though. The rest of your life might be very short if you go around shaking hands.
No, what he means, so basically to like justify what he said, they said, do you think this will be like the new norm? Do you think like if everything returns to normal soon, will people take a while to adjust and maybe eventually stop having such like interhuman connection, like physical connection?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, it could be a thing. What's your thoughts? Do you reckon this could change, like, how people act even in the future?
Oh. Nah. The thing is.
Oh, man.
People are very resistant to change. Yeah. Like, we don't adapt easily. And I don't think this will be around long enough for it to form habits. Habits take a while to form.
Yeah.
I reckon, they're talking about, in Australia particularly, like lifting the restrictions already. In another 2 or 3 months, like, we maybe have no restrictions.
Yeah.
Like, so that's, like, everyone will continue washing their hands with sanitizer. I think that will start. Stick, but people are lazy.
Yeah, dude.
Like, if an important restriction now is going to cause them, to be annoyed in the future, if it's like in their way at all, they're going to discard it. They're like, this makes no sense now. It's going to be gone.
Yeah, true. It'd be like when you get your license.
And people like hugs.
Yeah, dude.
People like shaking hands. Human contact's important for humans. We're social animals.
True.
So people are going to keep doing it no matter what.
Dude, I love how this perfectly explains the whole reasoning behind, like, you just going, nah. Like, all this was summed up with just one response, and you're now explaining how much mental work went into, like, that response. like if anyone was listening to this episode and was just like, fuck, he thought about nah for a long time, and then now you can see exactly why, because all this fucking work went on in the background as to why he just said nah. Like, that's the best thing I love about it, man. Like, most people would have said...
Of course I was going to think about it.
yeah. Like, it's fucking like... It's like when you see, like, a computer take a while to open a program, and then you look in the background, you see how much fucking work it's doing to open that program. You're like, oh, fucking fair enough. So, like, it's like, in this example, it's like, well, all I got was nah. It took him ages to say that. Well, we're getting into the behind the fucking processor here, and we're seeing what goes on.
I hit you with the response, and then I hit you with the reasoning.
Yeah, dude, it's perfect. You're better than a computer, because, like, you opened the program first and then did all the thinking, like, explaining later.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome. But, yeah, anyway. Yeah, you're right, man. I think that I think you're right. Anyway, I reckon that a lot of people are already kind of starting to resist change with all this. And dude, I tell you the grossest thought I had the other day, man. I was in a shop the other day, and I realized that there was still no soap. Like, there was bars of soap, but, like, dude, what is this, 1992? Like, I want liquid soap to wash my hands with. Just pick up a block.
Oh, really? Still sold out?
Yeah, it's still sold out in the shop I went to. And I was thinking to myself, dude, like, you know how, have you ever just thought of something and then, like, you can't unthink that? Like, you're kind of stuck with that now, and, like, unless someone dramatically changes your perception, you just continue to believe that thing.
Yeah.
I imagine to myself that the only reason that all the soap was sold out was because people that weren't washing their hands before are washing them now.
You see, that's a scary thing, but it's also quite accurate. Like, you go to a public restroom, and far too often people just leave without washing their hands.
Man, I'm going to start calling those people out now.
Or they wash their hands with just water, you know?
Yeah.
You know, you see them, and they rinse their hands for like 2 seconds, and they're like, done. Like, bitch, go back and wash your fucking hands.
Yeah, dude, I'm literally going to start calling those motherfuckers out now, dude. Like, if I'm taking a piss, I'm going to be looking over my shoulder going like, hey.
Wash your damn hands, you grok.
Man, I just look forward to the time where I can go into a bar and have a drink and, like, not be at home. Like, I'm looking forward to that time. Like, I feel like, do you reckon people are kind of, like, realizing how much they took socializing for granted before?
Oh, heck yeah. I reckon this spike of positivity, once we're all released, it'll be a sudden spike of positivity that will last for about 6 or 7 weeks, and then people will go back to being good old grumpy people.
Yeah. Like, I think that
work
you're
in
right.
life just gets people down.
Well, it's kind of like after like the different pandemics we've had in the past with, like, Spanish flu and stuff like that. After that, everyone just went, like, absolutely insane because they could actually do stuff again.
Yep, and then that lasted for a little while, and then World War, what was it, one? Was one in 1920?
Nah, it'd have been World War II, yeah.
Yeah, 1912 was, World War II was 1940s, though.
Yeah, so there you go.
I think.
Look, there's another podcast listener, Jeffrey Charles, man. He's definitely going to know exactly what time that started, man. Dude's a history buff.
Nice.
Yo, Jeff, thanks for listening. Hit me up.
let us know when the wars began and ended.
Yeah, exactly. He's like the Brains Trust, but, like, only when the episode's released. So it's like kind of a slow response. Oh, man. Yeah, so that's the it's like the thought of that, how it's all going to work. But let me tell you, dude, like, I'm definitely going to be calling people out for not washing their hands. Like, like, I've done it once before. I've been out somewhere and this dude just, like, walks in, pays, walks out. And I was just like, he's about to walk out, right? And I'm just like, dude, wash your hands. And he was just like, it's all right, I washed my dick this morning.
That's not how it works.
And I was
That's
just like,
not how it works.
I was like, dude, that's assuming you washed your hands before you touched it, you fucking grub. It's like, well, this is like the only way that's gonna work is if you washed your hands, then peed, then walked out. It's just like, well, if you're gonna wash them once, you may as well do it at the fucking end.
Yeah. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mum's boyfriend for like a couple of weeks.
Oh, good. Yeah, we can see. I don't normally mention names, but we can like trash talk that guy for sure.
Yeah, he's a terrible person.
In fact,
Plus, I don't know his last name.
exactly. If you know this guy and you're like feeding information back to him, just like know that you're not welcome here.
Yeah. The thing was, he never once washed his hands.
Right.
And he used to cook, and he used to get handsy in the cooking.
Whoa. Handsy.
You know what I'm saying?
Handsy's just a filthy word in general, filthy description anyway. You know, like
you know, he likes to make things that you like to mix with your hands.
Yeah,
you know?
like, he's just like, yeah, you just get a mental flashback of him like going to the bathroom, not washing his hands, and coming out. And he's like, "All right, who wants meatballs?" And you like start puking in your mouth.
Yeah, basically. Oh, that guy.
Oh man, that's people that don't wash their hands is just. I don't know why the hell people...
Yeah, I think it comes down to basically how they were raised.
Yeah.
And like, the difference between generations. I mean, as information becomes more prevalent, we better understand the importance of hygiene. And when we went to school, people taught you, wash your hands for at least blah, 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 do this, do that.
Yeah, sing Yankee Doodle or whatever the fuck you got to do.
Yeah. When they were growing up, they probably didn't have that crap, you know?
Yeah. They only had Yankee Doodle, but they didn't know how to use it. They were like, they invented songs.
They thought it was for actually yanking your doodle.
Yeah. Wait, then he went to town riding on a pony? What a fucking weirdo. Yeah, they like have guidelines like, all right, you need to jerk off your dick to this amount of time. If it go over or under, try again next time. Like it's a health thing. It's like how you count in seconds, and they say like 1 Mississippi.
2. I just realised we've went on another tangent. Let's go back to the question.
I like this. That's good host and guest material there. Like you just brought me back online.
Banter.
Yeah, no.
I love how the British say banter. Sounds so much better than we say it.
Man, what I'm saying is like normally the host is meant to pull it back online. I'm liking this shit.
You're the one who's gone off on off the rails. I'm like, no. You got limited time here.
You peer pressured me into doing my own show.
For some reason, I feel like this has been the case throughout most of our lives.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I feel like we're just still talking at school, and all of a sudden I'm like, holy shit, I'm 27.
Yeah, I know, right? Most of the way to 30.
Man, the good thing is
Throw me the hell off.
I've looked like 35 since I was 25, so I got like 10 years of borrowed time. Oh, man. Yeah, I've aged like a pair of white sneakers.
You mean terribly?
Yeah, so after the first few weeks, fucked. But then, like, they look the same for a good few years after that.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll warm up with a couple of questions. Let me hear your take on this.
Okay. Now, shoot, go for it.
Would you prefer to be the only human in the world that can run at 100 kilometers an hour?
Oh, that's cool.
Or be the only human in the world that can fly, but only at 10 kilometers an hour?
Oh, okay. Let's talk about energy consumption real quick.
Yep.
If I'm running 100 kilometers an hour, how long am I able to keep this up for?
Okay, so I've heard this previously on another podcast, and I altered it a little bit for this podcast. And I thought of some of I call them loopholes for this question. So
loopholes and the limitations.
Yeah. So, because I know we usually go deep on this shit, so I was like, if I'm gonna ask this to Jack, I've got to have some good fucking story behind it.
You gotta have
the
limits and abilities.
Yeah, because you're the sort of dude that because most people, if they don't want to answer a question, they'll be like, oh, it's all right, I'll just kill myself. But you're just, there's that's normally the go-to loophole, but you're just like, well, what about this and what about the
The point of a thought experiment is to think about it. So I like to take all the angles,
Right. So this one is no energy consumption for either. So there you kind of you can just do it. It's imagine this. Imagine that when you do this, here's another loophole which I'll cover off in this answer. When you do this, there's a force field around you that carries you at that speed. So instead of being you that's doing it, it's this energy around you that's doing it. It then covers off the next loophole, which is, can bugs hit you in the face at 100 kilometers? Can a bird fly into you when you're flying? All that sort of shit. There's a force field around you that protects you from shit. It's also the energy that takes you at that speed.
Okay, so the Speed Force with the Flash.
There we go, yeah.
Okay, this is... Ooh. And so you're saying when running at 100 kilometers an hour, it costs you no energy or no extra energy compared to running normally?
Same. It's the same as if you were just standing there. It's you just get picked up and taken away.
Oh, dude, that's sick. And I have a force field? Oh, yep. That's very useful.
Yep. So you can just control it with your mind as if you were walking, but only it's not actually your body that's exhausted by doing it.
Okay.
But this is for either one. So if you choose the fly option, it's the same
flight,
thing
basically.
But the flight thing is only limited to Earth's atmosphere.
Oh yeah, of course. All right.
It'll take you a long time to travel out of space at 10 kilometers an hour anyway.
Okay, and is this in modern day Earth?
Right now,
I get these powers.
Yep.
Ooh, here's what I do. I take the flight, and here's why. Think of the job opportunities you could get for a fly if you had the ability to fly.
Yep.
I mean, I could be an electrician. I could fix power lines.
Yep.
I don't need to get all that safety equipment. I can flip and fly.
And you got a force field.
High-rises. And I get a force field. I can work on high-rises.
Dude, I love how,
And how powerful is the force field?
Okay,
let's talk about this real quick.
Okay, so it's just like an energy force field, so similar to your own force of pushing. So if you just
so it's
push
basically
someone,
your push force being pushed out in an even area around you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not going to be stopping any bullets, but it'll do pretty good against most of them.
Yeah, if you had something falling on your head that wasn't too heavy, it would stop it from hitting you as it fell.
Yep. I'd go to the flight. The amount of things I could accomplish with that flight.
Yep.
I mean, I don't really need to get anywhere quickly. I mean, it'd be really useful.
Yeah. I feel like 10K is a good thing.
The opportunities of flight would just... you could work in the fourth dimension.
Yeah.
Well, basically, you'd have a literal leg up over everyone else in the business.
Dude, I love how you think of the job opportunities dude, I could work on power lines, I could clean windows. These are the fucking... This is how far the horizon goes.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Yeah, I get it.
I wouldn't fly too high because my push force can't keep off a plane.
Yep.
But,
imagine that though, dude. Imagine just that's your power you have, and you choose to clean windows on a high-rise office building.
Dude, do you know how much money those window cleaners actually get paid?
Yeah.
Especially for the ones who need to abseil.
Yeah, no, it's good danger money, right? Bro. Yeah, but I'm picturing everyone's on the workforce. They're using their safety harnesses and stuff. And hey, how come Jack doesn't need a harness? He's got a magical power and he chose this as how he wants to use it. Just
well,
fucking
dude,
like
I got to make money somehow.
it's like I'm not a
I
superhero.
think
I'm
of the
just
contract opportunities.
oh
Like
man,
jobs that would take
Yes.
other people all day would take you like 10 minutes.
dude, you could be the official guy that changes the light bulb on all the fucking things that the planes like know not to hit, like on all the
What?
you know, on all like the massive tall buildings to have like a red flashing light at the top.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, your job is to officially change all those whenever they go out.
Yeah. And if I was working off a commission base and I set up like, things that take people a day and I set up like 5 of those a day, and that only takes me like a couple of hours and I got the rest of the day myself, I'd be doing so well. So well.
Yeah, I dig it, man. Just imagine that though. Just like, they think so you don't tell them you got the superpower first. You just like roll up and they're like, oh, where's all your safety stuff? And you're like, I don't need it. And they're like, look, man, we're just gonna have to get you to sign this waiver to say that you're not gonna sue us if you fall and all that stuff. And then you just float up into the air.
Sold.
Cool. No, solid effort. I'd take the flight too, but like, dude, you're thinking about job opportunities and shit. I'm just like, man, I'd be able to get to work without having to pay for parking, like 10 k's an hour, and it's in a straight line too. Like, man, I could just straight to work and then go down. But the thing is, with my idea, I still have my same shitty job. I'm just a guy that can fucking fly. Like,
dude, you gotta take advantage of it in all aspects of life. Like,
yeah, but you're like incorporating it into, all right, now I'll get this job and I can do this stuff, and I'm just like, oh, it'll just make my life a little easier. Just still doing the same mundane shit. Like, you know how like you if you're walking somewhere and like someone goes to turn right, you go to turn left, so you're both facing each other, and then like it's kind of like awkward.
Yep.
Yeah, like I would just hover over them, and I'd be like, don't worry, no need to be awkward now. I have a superpower. Oh man. All right, I've got another one. This will be the one that'll get us later on into our apocalypse question. Okay. This one is going to make you do that thing that you do when you watch Jackass, when you like bite your index finger when you're like making a fist. You know that thing?
Oh, so this is going to make me
cringe.
I have no idea.
Yeah, this one's going to make you cringe. Yeah. Okay, so you got 2 options. Mm-hmm. You can either pry off your thumbnail with a fork, or put a toothpick under your toenail and kick a wall.
You know I hate that. Ever since I saw the video of that guy doing that, I hate that. That kept me up for weeks.
Alright, dude, what's your choice?
That's a tough one. The toenail would be quicker.
Yep.
But I don't like it.
Well,
the other one would be.
I'm not assuming
slower.
that they're both good options. Like, you're not going to be sitting there like, oh, fucking toothpick any day, man. I love that shit.
Some dude did it for free. Okay, so like, but he probably had problems.
Yep.
Do I get to like down a bottle of whiskey first?
You can do whatever you do before. Like, you can do whatever. The only thing I'm not going to let you do is like put like an sedative or anything in your like in the thing you're gonna, like a local anesthetic or some shit.
Damn it. Okay. Oh, that's tough.
Fork is a long, slow, painful way to do it.
Yeah, I'd probably. Oh, damn it! Prying off your thumbnail, it's only like. What, like 2 centimeters?
Yeah.
A toothpick is like, 5 or 6 centimeters up your toe.
Yeah, but dude, I'm not saying you have to bury the whole fucking toothpick. Like, I'm just saying.
Well, I've got to kick it with full force. It's gonna get buried.
Jack's just like, fuck it. If I'm gonna do it, I'm not gonna half-ass the shit.
Well, I'm already assuming that if I'm doing it, I have to do it properly.
Yeah. Like, you can't just, like, tap it and be like, oh, there we go. Wow, kicked the wall. That hurt.
So, yeah, I'd rip my thumbnail off.
Ooh, tough one. Oh, man.
You know?
I just have to go to the toothpick, man. Do you know why?
Because it'd be quicker.
Yeah, just get it done. It's going to suck.
Yeah, but the damage would be so much worse.
Yeah, you're right, man. But, like, you know, you can...
And it goes so deep.
You can bandage that shit up, put a shoe on. You know, that thumb... Cunts are going to be like, what the fuck happened to your hand, bro? And then you have to tell everyone.
Bro, you can reattach it. Just stick it back on and re-bandage it, and those bad boys are just... That's how stitches work. You can totally reattach that bad boy. Just put it back into place, wrap it up.
Dude, okay. Are you saying that if
if bones can reconnect, I'm pretty sure my thumbnail can reconnect.
Wait, do you mean to say that if we both did this challenge at the same time, we could swap thumbnails?
I think there's a very good chance of rejection because we don't share the same blood type.
Okay.
And the chance of infection would be pretty massive, and they may have to amputate.
Well, what a stitch up, though. Like, if it did actually work, okay, and then I went and got, like, a pedicure just on that one nail, and I came back and I'm like, hey, Jack, do you want your nail back? Like, what'd you get a pedicure for? That's pretty weird. Oh, wait, no, manicure. Pedicure's on the toe. Yeah. Yep, manicure. Just go and get your thumbnail manicured for you.
That makes perfect sense, dude. Perfect sense.
Yeah, just be like, hey, man, I fixed it up at least.
All right, next question. Hit me up.
All right, man. I'm
killing it.
I'm loving this shit so far. All right, we got our first apocalypse question. This is the apocalypse part of the episode.
Okay.
You get to hear all these crazy theories and situations.
This is the bit that's going to take the longest. If you realise this, you're going to have some fun trying to cut this up and fit it into half an hour.
No, I'll let it run long. The listeners will like it. They'll listen. They'll listen to more.
You'll be like, oh, look, extra special, double-length episode. Yeah.
No, the last one I put out was an hour and a half, man. People are going to love this shit.
Oh, okay, sweet.
All right, the apocalypse. What's your choice of apocalypse weapon?
Oh...
We're talking... Okay, first of all, we'll define apocalypse. Let's imagine...
Yeah, because that's very important.
Let's imagine slow-moving zombie apocalypse.
Oh, okay.
And you're in your current situation, right? You're where you live currently, and you're in the current day.
Okay, so I've basically what I've got on hand.
Let's make it more interesting than that. You're where you are right now, everything else, but... You have a week...
Access to a weapon of my choice.
Yeah, no, you have a week to get all this shit ready.
Okay. So you're talking slow-moving zombies, right?
Yep.
Are they falling apart? Like,
yeah.
What's that TV show that everyone loves?
Yeah, it's proper, like... yeah, it's like proper, like old-school zombie falling apart.
Okay, so... The weak zombies.
Yeah. The best possible
situation. I'd go with a light weapon. One with a little bit of reach so I can push back. Probably a quarterstaff.
Quarterstaff.
Basically, no. You know what? Broom handle. Broom handle will do.
Oh, dude, you got a week. I don't need that long.
No, seriously. Slow-moving zombies... Like, if you're pushing them up, it's going to take them like 3 seconds to get... push them over, it's going to take them like 3 seconds to get back up. Get your broom handle, trip them over at the legs, or push them over backwards and walk away. You're set.
I get it. Okay, so that's...
Actually, even better than a broom handle, keep the broom head on it. That way you got a wider pushing face. You could push over 2 zombies at once.
Yeah, no, I like it. Just push away zombies and beat them up.
Yeah, once they're on the ground, just stomp on their head. You know, it's not that hard.
Dude, imagine the...
With those particular zombies, yeah. All you gotta do is...
If that was a series, right, you could just imagine the cheesy lines that they would use, like, time to sweep up the trash and shit like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, okay. Let's increase the intensity of the zombies. Imagine they're like... Resident Evil style. What's your choice of weapon?
Well, what I do first is, when dealing with a decent zombie, what's important is preventing lesions.
Yep.
Otherwise, you get blood in it, which is important when you're starting a weapon. You don't want one that sprays blood everywhere because you're screwed.
Mm-hmm.
I deck myself out in motorcycle gear.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice, thick. Got your gloves, your boots. A zombie ain't going to be biting through that.
Yeah, I get it.
You're right. And then knuckle busters.
Yes.
Here's why. When facing a zombie swarm, you want to conserve energy. So if you're swinging around like a friggin' greatsword or something, you're not going to last long.
No.
When with a zombie, they're vulnerable. If you hit their head, a good shock to the head is enough to take them out. Knuckle busters. Just be throwing a couple of light jabs at their heads, and then night.
Yeah.
You're good to go.
So I know that you, in the past, have said that you're thinking chainmail, but you reckon that that's too heavy, and you've gone to to motorbike gear.
Yeah, I used to think full night gear.
Yeah.
You'd be safe, nothing would be able to get you. But in reality, you don't need that much. A decent motorcycle gear, maybe with a couple of Kevlar plates in the soft bits. Motorcycle gear comes with Kevlar, a lot of it. You'd be safe, basically.
Yeah, I get it. I like that one. What about a choice of vehicle? Are you just going to go full armored bus, or what's your apocalypse vehicle?
Well, there are two ways you can go about it. If you're living in the city, you want something small, quiet, and maneuverable, because you're going to need to be able to weave in and out of traffic jams. So, honestly, smart car. The thing's silent because it's electric, it's tiny, and it's still enclosed.
Dude, I'm just picturing you, piling out of a fucking smart car in motorbike gear with a set of knuckle busters, and just being get in, dude, the apocalypse is here. I'm just, fucking out the door. I know that the shit's going down.
Think about it. An electric car makes basically no noise. And what attracts zombies? Noise.
Yep.
You come roaring through on your battle bus or whatever, which you're going to need to fuel up very flipping quickly.
Yep.
Good luck finding fuel in the fucking zombie apocalypse.
I get it. Yeah.
A solar paneled. Chuck a couple of solar panels on top of my smart car.
I just feel like solar power is not going to be enough to power it to go, right? I feel like
not for long. Oh, they did have that one solar powered car which drove across Australia. Did you ever read about that?
No.
Solar powered car just covered the entire thing in solar panels, pretty much.
Right.
And just drove it across the middle of Australia.
That dude thought the apocalypse was here.
Did pretty well.
He's still fucking going. He's just fuck this.
Yeah, I'd go a smart car, something electricity based, just because it'd be much easier.
Yeah.
And if you have some decent batteries and some those little fold out camping flipping solar panels.
Yeah.
Flip out a couple of them. Gather your power for the day when you're in a safe spot, and then when you need to move.
Yeah. No, dude, I dig it. All right.
But that is only if you're living in the city. If you're living in the country, much less zombies, much more open space, much less traffic. Get yourself a big truck with a big tray in the back and just have a mobile base. Just keep moving.
Yeah. No, I like it, man. I reckon you're right with the country. And also I feel like a lot of the stuff out there is diesel powered. So if you're probably more likely to stumble upon reserves of diesel than petrol.
Definitely. Me personally, zombie apocalypse starts tomorrow. The council truck parked outside. That thing's massive. It's got all the gear you could ever want already on the damn thing.
Nice. Yeah, you just like it's already got your broom and stuff.
Dude, have you seen the council brooms that used to sweep in like the excess asphalt of cars?
Yep.
Everything's like a meter across. Yeah. Hell yeah!
Take out a whole family with one swipe.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's like you're taking a table booking. You're like, zombie apocalypse, family of 4, 1 broom. You just walk this way. Oh man, okay? So we've played a few like apocalypse games. I remember we used to play like Resident Evil all the time and shit like that.
Yep.
And
a lot of Left 4 Dead.
Left 4 Dead, that sort of shit. I played a lot of Red Dead Redemption, Undead Nightmare, like that.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
That sort of shit, man. So if you're picture just from knowledge from games and stuff. What do you reckon would be like a weapon that someone would think is like a good fucking choice, but just ends up being terrible?
The chainsaw.
Absolutely, dude. That's my fucking pick for that question too.
Yeah, never, ever go to the chainsaw. In every video game, they make the chainsaw look so damn cool. But the thing is heavy, man. The thing is heavy.
Yeah.
And you need fuel for it. It makes a lot of noise. If you're going to be running around fighting zombies on a day-to-day basis, you want to travel lighter. You don't want to be lugging around a flipping chainsaw everywhere you go.
Yeah,
and then have to start it up every time, like you go into a building.
Yeah,
they're
like
ripping that the frigging cord as the zombies are pouring down the hallway.
It's got like a bigger motor than your smart car, and it uses more fuel.
Exactly. It's a terrible idea. Terrible idea.
Smart car chainsaw. How about that?
Another note is though, in Australia, guns.
Oh, for sure, dude.
Guns
like
would not work because there's not enough ammo.
Yeah, even
If you're
games,
a gun store owner and you got like a crap ton of, ammo in the back. Oh yeah, guns for days, but.
Yeah, it's like in a few, like I know in it's not really zombies, but in like Silent Hill, whenever I'm playing that game and like any of those games, I've got a lot of them. Actually, I want to do a gaming thing later down the track, like a Twitch thing where I play horror games.
Oh yeah.
Just games in general, but I like to do some horror games, like stream those. So yeah, that's something that's in the works at the moment. And
you know what game I just got?
Yeah.
Amnesia.
Oh yeah, dude. You like that?
It's free right now with the Epic
PSN
Game
or whatever
Store app.
Oh right,
The
okay.
Epic Game Store.
Yep.
And so far it seems pretty cool.
Nice. Yeah, so the I like that. I like any of those. Like I was playing I'm still playing for a lot of like the ones that came out ages ago, but I like all the survival horror. But let me tell you, dude, survival horror has taught me one thing. If you find a gun, like just fucking keep it for like if you've got like a boss fight or some shit, but don't just fucking use it as your primary weapon. Like, yeah, dude, like if I'm in an apocalypse, I find a gun or some shit, or I get a gun, yeah, I'm not going to fucking throw it away, but I'm not going to just like use it the next chance I get.
Oh, heck no. Also, if you do manage to get a gun, say you get a handgun and you got like 9 bullets.
Yep.
That could be 9 zombies if you're a good shot and you hit them in the brain every time. But much more useful use for it.
Suicide.
Humans. Suicide, yes, but humans.
Look, dude, let me trust me, dude. If you find a handgun, like a revolver, say, and there's 9 bullets in it, no, not a revolver because they're 6 shots. So you find a revolver with a six bullets, right? It's fucking full. You can guarantee, just like in the movie The Mist, that last bullet's for fucking you. Like if you're at the point where you've only got 1 left, that's your shit, man. That's got your name on it.
Oh, definitely. But it's going to be so useful for intimidation tactics. Like, in an apocalypse situation, law and order out the window, bandits around everywhere, you got yourself a gun, you start waving in people's faces, they're going to back the F off. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. No, you're right. I think that the practical uses of owning a gun in an apocalypse is better than
basically
using
intimidation.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, for sure. All right, so
but you don't want to fire off with the worst case scenario because noise attracts zombies.
Exactly.
You start shooting,
it's exactly.
And you're swarmed.
It's exactly like you said about the chainsaw. Noisy.
Yep.
And hard to keep going. It's like if anyone's ever seen the Bill Burr special where he talks about like home defense and buying a gun. Mm-hmm. It's like not many people have used a gun for self-defense, right? So like they don't realize the first shot you're just gonna hear a bang followed by like you're never gonna you won't even hear the next couple shots properly because it'll just be like a muffled sound through the ringing in your ears.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's the shitty weapons, the good weapons, your situation, all that stuff all covered off. Now the closer, the last question now, the apocalypse questions. First of all, right now, who would be your apocalypse partner? So you had to choose one other person to get through it.
Like someone close by?
Okay, so...
Or are you saying, like, anyone in the world? If I could have, like, the dream team member...
Yeah, so that's the second part of the question. Is anyone alive or dead to be ultimate apocalypse?
Don't give me all dead, because, I'll just go straight to Bruce Lee.
Dude, I feel like... Yeah, man, I don't know. I feel like maybe Bruce Lee wouldn't be the best option.
I suppose if you're going through all of history, and there are some badasses in there.
Yeah, you can't just you can't really. Some people are so long ago that you don't really know what they'd be like. Like you imagine just being like, oh yeah, well in that case, my apocalypse partner is like Genghis Khan.
See, the problem with Genghis Khan is Genghis Khan doesn't speak English.
Yeah.
And he's had a bit of a nasty reputation. Think about how useful you would be to Genghis Khan. What's the chances he'd keep you around?
True. Well, it depends. Like, if your buddy's got Bruce Lee, they might have mad beef. They're just like you can just get to... Dude, that's all that it would be worth. What it would be like, if everyone has this option, I choose Bruce Lee, you choose Genghis Khan. No, other way around, I'll take Genghis. I don't give a fuck. I'll go on a road trip with him. My primary fucking objective is to get him to you so that we can watch the Genghis Khan-Bruce Lee fight that just never happened.
You see, Bruce Lee would win because Genghis Khan is from 1,000 years ago, and back then people were about 2 feet shorter.
Yeah, right. So he's like 2 foot shorter. Oh, yeah, it's just bare knuckle too. Like it's fucking just not even weapons.
Like, you got your little look, 5 foot tall, Genghis Khan. I'm assuming he's tall for his,
for his age,
time in history.
He's tall for his
that age.
Yeah.
Bruce Lee's still 5'7", 5'8".
Yeah.
He's got a good head on him, and that makes a difference in a fight.
Yeah, I get it.
Just from the extra reach, let alone anything else.
Yeah, so right now you had to choose someone. Who would it be?
Oh, my dad.
Yeah. He would just
easy pick. The dude has many skills. He can do some bush carpentry. He knows a little bit of welding.
Dude.
Yeah, mechanic.
Yeah.
The dude has a wealth of skills and abilities. Definitely.
Man, I just thought of the best image. Council truck rolls up, the old man, and you just get out. He's holding a stop sign and just beating up zombies with a broom and a stop sign. It's the best mental image.
Dude, the stop sign would make a great weapon.
It's actually serrated. Imagine if you got a knife sharpener and just sharpen the edge.
Yeah, sharpen that edge thing, and it's light. It's solid.
Dude, the pole knife. Damage. You know those pole knives, the pole sword or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That if you're gonna use a sword or a knife, it would need to be on a pole, right? That's the best way to use. A lot of
actually, forget broom, spear. I'd go spear all the way.
Dude, just the Vlad the Impaler on just charging through zombies holding out a spear.
Yep.
Yeah.
spear, you got that extra reach. And, you know, if you're halfway decent, you could put it through an eye socket fairly easily. And they're not trying to dodge. That's the advantage of fighting zombies. You don't have to be that skilled.
Yeah, they're fearless,
They don't dodge. Yeah. You just got to stick the spear out about eye level, straight in towards his face, and he can just run straight onto that bad boy.
Right, so your choice of living or dead apocalypse partner, who are you choosing?
Oh, I have to go someone with decent skills. Someone who...
How about we'll just go living right now, but you get to choose anybody?
Okay, see, I'd be tempted to go straight for Thor, you know?
Yeah.
The mountain, because he's literally a flipping mountain. He'd be great to have. But think about that dude's caloric intake.
Yeah, 10,000 calories, man. Are you going to keep that up to him?
Yeah.
A
Zombie
day.
apocalypse, not a lot of food. You know, it's not happening. That's why I would go Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, why is that?
That dude trained hard for his movie roles. John Wick, he's a martial arts master in real life, as well as being pretty decent with a gun in real life. He did that SWAT training for like 6 months.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves would be great to have.
Man, just go like Tom Cruise. He does all his own stunts and shit.
I couldn't go Tom Cruise because just personality confliction.
Yeah.
See,
Just...
Keanu's a pretty chill dude, so he'd be good to have around, you know?
Man, I would probably...
I don't think Keanu would abandon you if you were, like, getting attacked by a zombie. He'd come in and save you.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise, probs not.
Yeah, true. It's like you were saying before, like, you got to think about what do you have to offer for them, sort of thing.
Yeah. Exactly.
What's to stop just choosing, like, your celebrity crush, kissing them, and then letting the zombies kill you? Like, just...
Straight up chick, like,
just
the most beautiful woman you can think of.
Yeah, just straight up, you're just sitting there like, you know, all right, I'm going to have to go Mila Kunis, and then you just kiss her as soon as she appears, and then let the zombies kill you, and you have a smile on your face the whole time.
That could work.
Oh, man, I feel like, dude, she might actually be a good choice, man. She's a fucking badass, man. Like, I just feel like aside from, like, in her league of, like, Hollywood actors, I feel like she's, like, fairly badass.
Yeah. You'd
like,
want to go someone who's pretty badass.
Yeah. Nah, maybe not. Maybe, dude, I feel like, honestly, when it comes to choosing a partner...
Just get Conor McGregor. He'll dash everyone.
Oh, man, do you know what, though? We're, like, the same height. We're kind of both fiery and shit. Like, I just feel like... I feel like it'd be, like, the same dude. Like, you kind of need someone that's... Like, because you and him is a good combo, right? But me and him, it's like...
Yeah.
Aside from him being able to beat the living shit out of me and zombies, I feel like I would go for someone that had, like, a different physical advantage than mine, like someone that was taller than... like,
you know who I'd go with?
Yeah.
Mike Tyson, and then give him the knuckle busters.
Oh, man.
Strongest punch in the game with some knuckle busters.
Imagine that, hey, just popping heads.
Dude. Like, I wouldn't need to fight. I'd have the ultimate killing machine right there.
Oh, man,
even to this day, the dude can punch harder than just about everybody.
Yeah, dude, like, just picture he gets bitten, you've created, like, a super zombie.
Oh, shit.
No, you just, like, because, like, I feel like his muscle memory...
there goes the bullets I've been saving.
One for you. So this actually came up in the last episode. I was talking about the muscle memory on Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
And I honestly reckon, dude, if he became a zombie, he would still be punching because it's just, like, so ingrained for him to just throw punches, man.
I could see that.
Yeah, he's just old Punchy, the zombie. But yeah, anyway, that's all the end of the apocalypse questions and the apocalypse episode. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and thanks Jack for being on the show.
Oh, dude, it's been great. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I feel like this was just
You'll have to have me on again sometime in the future.
Oh, for sure, man. No, I'd love to have you back. And if you enjoyed hearing Jack on the show, make sure you give us some feedback. Rate the podcast if you listen on iTunes. It's on Spotify. It's also available on YouTube, and I post all the links on my social medias, Marky Worthington Comedy, Facebook, Instagram, and also check me out on Twitter, which is Marky Comedy. And soon to come, there'll be a few more platforms available, so make sure you subscribe to all the stuff, and if you enjoy it, share it, like it, and we can keep them coming. Keeps all the content coming out, the more that people support. Love to have you back on the show, man. Be able to run through some more scenarios. I know that, as I mentioned before, some of the gaming stuff that I want to do down the track, it'd be good to incorporate you with that sort of stuff as well. You've been my brain's trust when it comes to gaming since I started getting into it, so yeah, that'd be cool to do down the track. I'm glad that I finally got you on here, man. It seems like it flowed really well.
Yeah, dude, it's been fun.
Cool. All right, well, thanks everyone for listening, and keep your ears out for the next episode.
All right, thanks.
Don't buy me a drink.
Just name names.
Yeah, right. Big time.
You're fucking thrown out of strip club with your floppy disk.
Yeah, you got a big beard, dude.
Shame for shit all day.
Me and my best friend, Marky Worthington.
Keep it simple. Count your money.
That they're not proud of.
Just give me $10.
Wait. Let me take a couple deep breaths. All right, I'm good.
Click.
Did you hang up?
No, I just said click.